Once upon a time, when stories were written with swords, and truth was always imprisoned. In this kingdom, courage was considered wealth, and love, a weakness. Princesses were locked in towers, soldiers were trapped in wars, and kings were drunk on their own power. But there was one soldier, whose name echoed in every village. He won every battle, defeated every enemy, but after every victory, a strange silence would descend upon his heart. Why? Because before each enemy's final breath, a single whisper echoed, "You are not the hero." Those voices haunted him. At night, he dreamt not of glory, but of screams. And when morning came, people cheered for him, "Our hero lives." But he knew, something was wrong, the story was incomplete, and perhaps he was not a hero, but a weapon. One night, when the sky was crimson and the earth mourned, he passed through the palace gates, where Princess Lyra was weaving threads of light. She said, "How many times have you buried the truth for your king, Kael?" The soldier turned, "Truth? I only follow orders." Lyra smiled sadly, "Then you're not a soldier. You're a shadow." Her words struck him like an arrow to the heart. The next morning, by the king's command, he rode toward the cursed forest. They said it was haunted by lost souls, but Lyra knew the truth. It wasn't cursed. It was a spell to hide the king's lies. Silently, she followed him. And in the depths of the forest, Kael met a silver wolf, its eyes filled with centuries of sorrow. The wolf spoke, "You win your battles, but they were never yours. You were used to fight wars that were always against yourself." Kael raised his sword, but his hands trembled. Then Lyra stepped forward. "This forest is not haunted, it is the soul of the kingdom. It wants to speak the truth, but the king has imprisoned it." In that very moment, the king's soldiers arrived. "Kill the witch." "Soldier, obey your orders." Kael stood still, then dropped his sword. "I will not obey anymore." A war broke out, of light and shadow. The earth trembled, the sky burned, and the forest rose to swallow the king's palace whole. When the dust settled, the throne was shattered, and in its place grew a new forest. Among the flowers, a voice whispered, "The true hero is not the one who fights, but the one who dares to speak the truth." Now they say, on moonlit nights, a soldier and a sorceress walked through that forest, guiding lost souls toward the light. The story didn't end, it simply changed its form. Because some heroes don't wear crowns, they become the light.